All right, welcome. So here's the first thing they're responsible for. What did the ocean say to the lifeguard? Very serious question. Actually, it's because I missed my vacation this year because of COVID, and summer's just about over. The answer is, of course, the ocean didn't say anything to the lifeguard. It just waved. But bump. Um, so welcome to the second lecture. I'm going to get started now. I will try to keep track of questions, but I expect in the chat that I will have to go back and go over them. Maybe every 15 minutes or so if we have time. Little housekeeping. Some of these questions are flowing through the chat right now. If you took lab today or this week, if you showed up, or if you showed up for office hours, you know that Tuesday and Wednesday and actually part of Monday and were kind of difficult days. Submittee hasn't been tested on this many classes and this many students, and some changes have been made, and we are now in a position where, well, you guys tested them, so that's a good thing. We think we've got most of the issues resolved. We will begin reintroducing Submittee a little bit more as part of labs and office hours. As we do that, I'm going to ask that you guys, as a class, start using the discussion forum more. Let me pop to that, I think. Nope. I want you to start using the discussion forum more. Sorry about that. All right. So we're going to ask that you start using the discussion forum more. If you come down in here, here's the forum. A couple of things I do want to point out to you. All of the important stuff is pinned to the top. We will adjust that as the semester goes on. As things become less critical, we will remove them. You should be checking this at least once a day, more if necessary. And importantly, we threw together a FAQ that describes a lot of the questions we see over and over again. Read through that. Check it out every day or so just to see if anything new has come in there. It talks about, it talks about where to go for labs. It talks about where to get the recordings, right? It references you to thread 7 right here. So there's a lot of useful information here, and it's stuff that you're asking over and over again. So it means that there's a bunch of you that need the information. Here is where we're going to put it. So please keep track of that. If you were using, and by the way, post your questions there. You can come in here and don't have these well organized today. You can come in here if you have a question. You can hit the create thread, right? Give it a title, pick a category, write your question and post it, and we will get back to you. We have our mentors are reading this, our TAs are reading it, Professor Uzma and I are reading this. So this is a good place to get general answers to general questions. If you have a specific question like, what's wrong with why did I get this grade or things like that, then please email the CS1 instructors. We'll take care of it as quickly as we can. But for general questions about, when are lab hours, all these types of general questions that would be of interest to the entire class, post them here. We will either tell you that it's already been answered here and give you a pointer, or we will answer it. So use this. It saves us some email, and it means that we can answer a question once as opposed to answering it multiple times for multiple different people. What else do we have? A lot of you had all of you should have had lab this week. I know that labs were a little rough. We apologize. Like I said, I think we're at a point now where things are a lot more stable, which is great. I know that it was very frustrating and very not confidence-inducing, but we should be good now. Next week, we don't have lab, right? So you have essentially 2 weeks to get your labs in. So if we look here, right? This is this week. We just got through Lab 0 setup. Next week, there's no lab because Labor Day is on a Monday. Instead, on Tuesday, yes. So you have control over the way you organize your screens, okay? Let me share something here for a second. No, look, I control one pin, and I've pinned myself a couple of times. I'll pin myself again. But you guys can also, you should be able to organize this yourself, right? Okay. Okay. Okay, can you guys pin it now? Is anybody else having issues? Okay, good. Okay, so where am I? Sorry about that. All right, so if you look here, we have the labs. This is the lab we just went through. Next week, we don't have a lab. We do have class on Tuesday instead of Monday. Be sure to show up at this time or view it on video afterwards. The next week, we'll have Lab 1. That'll be submissions. None of your lecture exercises will be due until after we've done the submissions lab. We were just too many questions and even more of a mess, if you can imagine, or a less manageable mess than we could do earlier. So, than we would have had. Yeah. Anyway, it just adds to the confusion if we try to make you do submissions before we formally taught you, and Lab 0 is tough enough to get through. So, Lab 1 will be our submissions lab. It will teach you how to submit. None of your lecture exercises will be due until after that time. All right. What else? If you didn't get signed off on your labs, get the labs done. Use office hours to get the labs done, and then you can either talk to one of the mentors or TAs during office hours. They can look at it. They can sign you off, or you can just show your TA at the start of your next lab in 2 weeks, and they will sign you off. We're not going to penalize you so long as you get it done by that next lab, or as long as you show us by that next lab. I am going to highly recommend that you get the environment up and working before that time, even if you have to come to office hours, because we want you to actually be doing the lecture exercises, not just not submitting them. We don't want to pile up a bunch of work on you. And it is important to learning the material, to practice the material in a temporal nearness to where we are. Okay? Tuesday is a lecture day, yes. Tuesday, you follow your Monday schedule for all classes. You just pretend Monday doesn't exist. Tuesday is Monday. Whatever your schedule is for Monday in general is what you follow next Tuesday. Okay? All right. Any other questions? Yes. Every class, yes. On RPI, on the RPI campus, to anybody telecommuting into the RPI campus, anybody connected to the VPN, Tuesday is Monday, Monday doesn't exist. It's a vagary of time local to RPI in Troy. Okay? Go ahead. What? It's in the FAQ. Okay? Yeah. Tuesday is Monday, Wednesday is Wednesday, Thursday is Thursday, Friday is Friday. Sunday, Monday, or Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Right? Tuesday is Monday, Monday doesn't exist. The rest of the week is the same. Unfortunately, we have labs on Tuesday and Wednesday, so when we lose Tuesday, we can't have any labs without getting you guys out of sync. It's in the discussion forum, yes. I just pointed you to it a few seconds ago. If you watch the After I put up the recording, if you just watch the first few minutes, you'll see it. Okay? Yes? I'm not going to do that right now, guys. We'll give you access to all of your grades. You'll be able to see them. You'll have a chance to correct them. But we don't have time right now to go through everybody's grades. Okay? Thanks. Again, any questions, post it to the discussion forum. We'll answer them. Labs, as long as you get them in, as long as you show your TA no later than the start of next lab, you'll be fine on that. We will provide rainbow grades. That's also in the FAQ, by the way, so you can look at them and then tell us if there are errors, etc. You do have a finite amount of time, as mentioned in the syllabus. I think we say 1 week. Okay. Let's continue on. So, where am I? I am Python as a calculator. Pop all the way